coaches in the game, we really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles, occupy the chunk of the pie. Ain't no lie when we hit the block, helmet's casket is top. You be seeing helmet after helmet, helmet after helmet. First place, second place, fifth place, eighth place, 12th place, 15, 16, 20. So many helmets, you got blurred vision, we got too many. Ticket check. Oh man, shit. They got us fucked up. Army, regroup. We pledge always to have that edge. We don't fire warning shots. Competition just drop. We locked and loaded before lock. Whatever the time, yeah. Do you even correlate?
Being the best requires a willingness to outwork your competition. There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted to come around.
What up, everybody? It's your boy DFS Up North, aka Josh Thomas from DFS Army, where we turn average Joes into DFS pros. Here with another DFS Army PGA Fore Thoughts, where I give you my 4 thoughts on this week's PGA Tour event. And this week we are at Bay Hill. We are at Arnie's place for the Arnold Palmer Invitational, one of my favorite events of the year. I love the red sweater. I love this event just because there's so much history. It seems like there's always like top guys at the top of the leaderboard. You know, Tiger had a bunch of wins here. Rory had a bunch of wins here. But then we also get kind of some random sometime like a Matt Every who's got back-to-back wins here a couple years ago. So this is a really fun event. And I am excited for this week. We had a great week of DFS last week. My main GPP slate, okay, we're going to talk about that in a second. But my cash crush, we smashed in showdowns all week. Which is really our bread and butter. And if you are not a DFS Army VIP, join so that you can get access to that showdown content. We had multiple GPP takedowns from showdown contests last week. You can use that code up north, 10% off a VIP membership. If you just want to test us out for the week, we have weekly memberships as well. So get in now. You can get access. Actually, what you should do, all right, I'm going to tell you a little secret here. You should get in on Wednesday. You get all the access to the content through Wednesday. All my stuff for PGA the next week is up by Wednesday the next week too. So get in, get the showdown content, but then get access to next week's 4-day stuff too. That's the cheat code. All right. So 4 thoughts on this week's PGA Tour event. 4 thought number 1, don't sleep on the non-US players. Hold up. If you guys watched this last week, you know I said the exact same things. I said, don't sleep on these non-Euros, baby. And what happened? Shame. I am Cersei today walking. It was pretty embarrassing last week for the bottom of the leaderboard to basically be the entire European Tour field. All right. Yeah, it was not a good week. My boy Bobby Mack struggled. Rasmus struggled. Bernd struggled. But here's the deal. Everybody was kind of on those non-US guys last week. And now this week, what's everybody going to do? Fade away, right? And it's not like these guys aren't good players. They had a tough week, right? Bay Hill has traditionally rewarded non-US players. Look at the last 5 winners here. Hatton, Molinari, McIlroy, Leishman, Jason Day, right? Not that the US guys aren't good, but you can get these non-US guys for much cheaper. One of my favorite builds this week is a very balanced build. And in that balanced kind of mid-tier, you find a lot of these non-US guys. So guys like Paul Casey, guys like Decky, Louis, right? I think that mid-tier is going to be really good. Bless me. Yeah, so don't sleep on the non-US players this week, especially because everybody that got burned last week is going to be too scared to go back. And you know what? They're all great values again this week. So don't sleep on those non-US players this week. Oh, there you go. I'm going to get some more shame here. I got my face. I got to come in. I got to take it. I was wrong, right? But here's the deal. Scoring on the short par 5s is really going to be the key here. There are 4 par 5s on this course, and they are all what we would consider short par 5s, easily reachable in 2, all right? So what we're going to see here is we're going to see guys that are very good. They're typically long off the tee, or they're very, very good long iron players. So what I did here is I pulled this from our research station, which you get access to every single week on Monday or Tuesday, Taco Tuesday typically, where we get access to all of this data. Taco, our boy there, gets it up for us. And what we can find is who scores well on these tools, who's gaining strokes, who's gaining fantasy points, right? Because that's what we're here for. So what I pulled is 6 through 10. You want access to 1 through 5? Use that code up north, 10% off VIP membership, right? So 6 through 10, we got Windham Clark, who I love this week. I think he's a fantastic value at $7,000 on DraftKings. He's been playing some great golf and an elite short par 5 player. Swaff Daddy. I mean, it's worth a flyer. It's worth a flyer. If you want to, sometimes it's not a bad idea to just kind of lock in on one stat and say, you know what, if you can score on these holes, you're going to be okay. This weekend at 6,300 or 7,400 on FanDuel, can't really go wrong. Bryson. All right, let's talk about Bryson for a second. I think Bryson's a good play. I do. He's going to be he's going to see his ownership artificially inflated because everybody's going to be talking about him driving the green on 16, right? 500 and some yards, 377. I don't think he's going to do it. I think he's going to come out and just try to hit a 3-wood or something and everybody's going to be disappointed. Don't play Bryson because you think he's going to make an albatross or on a par 5, right? Play Bryson because he's a long hitter. He's good. Here's the issue with Bryson, though. His iron game over the last couple of weeks has been really, really poor. So I have some concerns about his iron game. So if you're a VIP member, you can find that in my cheat sheet. I give you all my thoughts on Bryson, Rory, that whole top tier. Justin Rose, guy who's really coming around. Second in Saudi Arabia a couple weeks ago. Mediocre at WGC, but I think he's a great play at 7,800. He's a fantastic value. He crushes these short par 5s, and got to meet with his coach this week. So sometimes you get a little edge following these guys on Instagram and stuff like that. And also you get to see these just terrible advertising pictures that Justin Rose does. But yeah, you got to meet with his coach this week for the first time in about a month. Got some things worked out. So I think that's really a positive here. Sam Burns is getting a lot of love in the community, but he's a great par 5 player and really should play well here. So I'm a fan of Burnsy this week too. All right, Fore Thought number 3. We're running out of time here. Exploit the ownership bubble by building balance. We always start talking about where I'm going with my builds this week. And for me this week, I'm really looking at a balanced build, and it starts with Paul Casey. I pulled our ownership numbers for this group this year. I think that 15% is too high. I think he's going to come in around 10, 11. But you can really get some leverage on the field by hammering this mid-tier here. So guys like Casey, guys like Jason Day, Fleetwood, terrible last week. Who cares? These guys are world-class golfers. They are here for a reason. Sometimes you got to look past what they did the week before and the week before that and just say, you know what? 6% on Tommy Fleetwood is way too small. You build 150 lineups, you put Tommy Fleetwood in 12%. That's double the field. You have massive, massive leverage. Don't sleep on this mid-tier, guys. Exploit that ownership bubble in your lineups. Finally, weather might be a factor. I get giddy looking at this stuff, right? I wish we had a little bit of a draw in the beginning of the week, but I love a Sunday like this. And the reason I put this in here is don't give up on your lineups before Sunday. If this forecast holds true, there is going to be carnage. I think back to that movie, that Coen Brothers movie, There Will Be Blood, right? We get 22 mile an hour consistent, 32 mile an hour gusts, 25 mile an hour gusts. Like, there is going to be carnage here. Bay Hill is known for approach shots over water, heavily guarded greens, where if you're in the bunker around the green, you are dead to rights. We saw it happen to Brooks last year, right? You have to be sharp. So don't count anybody out on Sunday, all right? It's not something you can really look at for your lineups right now, but if there's a little change in this is something that we can definitely exploit in Showdown. But again, got to be a VIP member to figure out where we're going there. So speaking of being a VIP member, right, you can get a PGA weekly access for $10. Like I said, wait till tomorrow. Get that Wednesday to Wednesday, right? PGA monthly, $30. PGA yearly, $300. All right, but don't just do PGA. Get a VIP weekly pass. Again, go Wednesday to Wednesday, right? DFS Army VIP, that gets you access to everything. We had a $100,000 winner last week. We had a $50,000 winner last week. We had multiple couple $1,000 winners. Like, I'm just gonna be real here for a second. Like, I've been a member. I've been a coach and content creator here for DFS Army for the last, oh man, I'm getting old now, 3 years. And I've seen people win life-changing money. I don't care if it's $1,000 or $1 million. These people are winning life-changing money. And I couldn't be happier to be a part of some of their processes. We've had 100,000 heirs. We've had guys, in contention for the million in PGA, NFL, same thing, multiple millionaire winners, guys taking down big contests. But I almost get more excited about the guy that, plays $15 a slate and wins $1,000. That's the reason I do it. I love seeing that, right? So that can be you. Come be a part of our community. Use that code, take 10% off. Hit me up in the Slack. Let me know you're here because I really do. There's not everybody talks about community. Like, there really isn't a better community than what we have here at DFS Army. There's no toxicity. Everybody's cheering for each other. And I am just so proud to be a part of it. So use that code up north, and then hit me up in the Slack and we can talk PGA. We can talk LOL. We can talk NASCAR. I don't care. Hit me up. I'll help you out. All right. Again, that's another Fore Thoughts PGA pod for this week. We'll chat soon. Find me on Twitter at DFS Up North or at DFS Army. Again, use that code up north, 10% off. See you guys.